Done. Now I am going to design one network in packet tracer. I will take one DHCP server, one DNS server, one HTTP server, and we will perform the practical. Done. Packet tracer is visible.
Yes.
Yes, very good. See, here I am going to use some server. Let's say this is my let's say HTTPS server. Okay,
Okay.
this is my let's say DNS server, or we can say DHCP server. This is my DNS server. DNS server. Let's say we have three server and one more server. Let's say we have that is nothing but any other server we can say. Let's say
Let's say.
this one is www.pmnetworking.in. Done. This is also HTTPS server. There are two HTTPS server. Now I am going to connect these all server together through one switch.
Oh, when we want to connect the server itself, you need the switch.
Whenever you will connect multiple networking devices together, you need one switch.
Okay, good thing.
This practical, brother, you need to perform by yourself as well. So very carefully. Then I have connected all server together through switch. Now I have some user in my network. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? And again I need to connect these all computer together. So again I need what?
Another.
Switch.
Another switch.
Yes.
So let me drag one more switch over here. So this switch, I am going to connect these all computer together. Now see these computer need one IP address, yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so you have two options to configure the IP address over here. One is you can configure manually the IP address on all computer. And the second way is you can configure the DHCP over here.
Yes. Yeah.
And this DHCP server will provide IP address to these all computer. So see, whenever we have less number of computer like two computer, three computer, we can configure IP address easily there by clicking on the PC, go to desktop, then IP configuration, and here you can see we can say 10.1.1.1 like this, right? But when we have lots of PCs like thousands of PC or hundreds of PC, that time it is not possible to configure IP address manually, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So that time
Yes.
we will use DHCP.
Use JCP service.
Yes, DHCP service. On the server, we will configure IP address manually. Let's say IP address of this server HTTP, this server is um, 10.1.1.1. Okay, IP address of this server is, let's say, 10.1.1.2. IP address of this server is, let's say, 10.1.1.3, and IP address of this server is, let's say, 10.1.1.4. Getting my point?
Yes.
So I will configure IP address on server statically, means manually, because we have less number of server, four number of server, and here we have, let's say, 1,000 number of PCs, and server are the static. So here we will always configure the manually IP address. Let me configure the IP address on all system first, all server first. So to configure IP address in packet tracer, you will click on the device. After that, you will go to desktop, and in desktop you will get one option to configure IP address here, IP configuration. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Yes.
So you will click on IP configuration. Here you can see IP address is 10.1.1.1. What will be the subnet mask? 255.255.255.255.0, let's say. Done. Default gateway. Default gateway is also required. Let's say in this scenario, default gateway is not required, but just suppose that this switch is connected with one router, and this router is connected with ISP to internet, so that
Mhm.
my LAN user can access internet as well. So the IP address which you will configure on router interface here, that will be become default gateway for user, the IP address of this interface. This is the exit interface of my network, yes or no?
Yes.
Exit interface of my network is gateway. Let's say this entire network is my network. This is my network, yes or no?
Yes.
And someone want to go outside. Let's say this router is connected with ISP, and through ISP there is one Google network. So suppose if this user want to reach in Google network, they have to opt from this interface, yes or no?
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying this is the default gateway. Exit interface is the default gateway, like the main door of your home or your building. That is default gateway for you, the exit point, main exit point. Okay, so let's say here the IP address of router is, this interface is 10.1.1.100 or 254. This one is the IP address of router interface. Done. This one will become default gateway for all users. So here on HTTP also I am going to say default gateway is 10.1.1.254. Last IP address. Done. I have configured IP address on HTTP server. Now I am going to configure IP address on DHCP server. 10.1.1.2. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and gateway is 10.1.1.254. Done.
Yes.
Is it visible, guys? IP
Yes.
configuration. Yes, very good.
Yes.
Now DNS server. On DNS server, I am going to assign IP address. So here IP address is 10.1.1.3. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and gateway is 10.1.1.254. Done. After that, PM networking server.
So why do you choose the subnet mask for class A like 255,
I'm
255,
choosing subnet mask for class C 255.255.255.0.
Okay. Because this is class A, but you choose the class C for subnetting.
Yes, for subnetted.
But we can do both, right?
Yes, we can use
Okay.
both, but
Yeah.
we have lots of IP address if I will use class A.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I am using class C. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0, because I need only 200, let's say, IP address. That's why. Okay,
Yes.
10.1.1.254. Done. I have configured IP address on all server. Now first thing is I am going to enable DHCP service on this server so that these machine can get IP address. Yes or no?
Yes.
So let me open click on the server and see here we have one option services. Are you able to see the services option?
Yes.
In the services we have one DHCP option. Yes or no?
Yes.
And by default DHCP service is off.
Off.
So let me turn on this service. After that it is asking me the pool name. Whenever we create the DHCP, we need to create one pool name. Pool name is the name of my DHCP
So
service.
can you make it a little bit zoom in?
How to zoom in?
Yeah.
We
I
need to
cannot
use
see the IP.
magnifier.
What?
Magnifier to zoom it.
Yeah, like that. Yes.
Okay. So in DHCP, see I have turned on the service. After that it is asking for pool name. So by default pool name is server
So-
pool. I am going to say pool name is, let's say anything. Let's say CCNA. After that it is asking what default gateway you want to provide to computer. So I want to provide default gateway 10.1.1.254 to the machine. Yes. Then it is asking what DNS IP address you want to provide. So what is the DNS IP address, guys?
10 plus
10.1.1.3.
Yes.
Two.
yes. Three.
Because machine
Oh, DNS.
computers need the DNS IP address also. So DHCP service can provide not only IP address, it can provide the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS server IP address. So here you can see DNS server IP address is 10.1.1.3. Okay.
Yes.
So I am saying DNS IP address is 10.1.1.3. After that it is asking a starting IP address. So a starting IP address will be 10.1.1. Not 1 because we have used some IP address like 1, 2, 3, 4 IP address. So I'm saying you should start providing IP address from 5. 10.1.1.5. Done.
Yes.
Then it is asking what should be the subnet mask. So subnet mask should be 255.255.255.0. And if you have TFTP server or FTP server, so you can provide IP address of that also. Now I am
So-
going to add this. Yes.
We don't need to change maximum number of user to 6.
Maximum number of user is 251.
Why 251?
If you want to change it, you can change this also. But leave it for default now. What happened?
So I have a question about start IP address.
Yeah.
So why we put like 10.1.1.5? Why we
Because
didn't put
I have
10.1.1.1?
already used 10.1.1, 2,
Okay,
3,
okay.
4.
Okay, got it.
Got it?
Yes.
Yeah, now it's basically zoom in is kind of like confusing. It has something like
Yeah.
Now
don't
how
know.
to zoom
Remember-
out?
I don't know, like it's
Yeah, if you zoom out back, that will be awesome. Yeah, it's kind of like buffering.
Like this.
Yeah, just
yeah.
Yeah, like that.
See, I have configured the DHCP service over here. That's it.
Okay, sir. The default gateway, that the one you give to the router, that's the same address or no different?
No, I have given the default gateway of router IP address.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And now if these computer need IP address, this computer can get IP address from DHCP server. See what will happen. First, once you will click on the PC to get IP address from DHCP, this machine will generate one discover message. discover message. Getting my point? Discover message. Discover message will be broadcast. Means it is going to broadcast it. It will forward to switch. Switch will forward to all computer to this switch. This switch will forward to all server. When DHCP will receive it, it will see, oh, someone have sent the discover message. That means someone need IP address. So this server will generate one offer message. In the offer message, they will share IP address. Done. Again, server DHCP server will broadcast it. It will forward to switch. Switch will forward to this switch, and this switch will forward to this machine. Done.
Yes.
Discover offer. After that, this machine will send one request message that can I assign this IP address DHCP? Tell me. Then DHCP server will send one acknowledgement, and after that, this is the process of getting one IP address from DHCP. The 4 messages are going to exchange: discover, offer, request, and acknowledgement. That's why we call DHCP work on DORA process. What we call DHCP work on DORA process. See, here I am going to say click on IP, and see, I have 2 options to configure IP address: static and DHCP. Yes or no?
Yes.
I am clicking on DHCP. See, what is the IP address of this machine?
10115.
Yes. DHCP server have started giving IP address from 10.1.1.5 because this is the range, this is the starting range.
Okay. If we did not on the DNS server,
DNS, okay.
yeah, DNS, this DHCP was off. It doesn't work if you did not
No,
on
no,
in
there
this
is
class.
no relation of DNS and DHCP. DHCP work is different. But
Got it.
see, DHCP server provide the IP address and subnet mask only, not default gateway, not DNS server IP address. So let me check once that why DHCP should provide both. Means everything, DNS server IP address as well. Default gateway is this one. Default gateway 10.1.1, okay, this one is fine. Services, default gateway is 10.1.1.254.
254.
It is fine. DNS server is also fine. Starting IP address, okay, everything over here is perfect. Then it should provide here also. Let me provide the DNS server IP 10.1.1.3. Yes. Let me try again. Yes, this time you can see it have provide the DNS server IP address but not the default gateway IP address. DHCP request successful, and see, if you want to see now what behind scene is happening, so you can open simulation mode. Let me open the simulation mode, and from PC number 2 I am going to click on DHCP. See, it have generated the IC discover message. This is discover message. Okay, this discover message is broadcast, which will forward it to all, but all machine will discard it. Okay, here also all server will discard it. Only DHCP server will
Accepted.
generate offer message. Okay, it is for which device? For computer 2.
PC.
It's a three-way handshake.
No, three-way handshake, not three-way handshake is required over here.
Okay.
Three-way handshake is what, guys? When we need to send the actual data. Now we are not sending actual data. Now what we are doing? We are getting the IP address from DHCP server. These machines need IP address from DHCP server. That's it.
So why they didn't show a default gateway here?
Yes, it should get the default gateway IP address as well, but this is a
So
problem of software.
how about like did we configure a router?
Let me
If
check
it's
once again why it is not providing the default gateway. Default gateway should be 10.1.1.254. This one is perfect here. So it
so
should
I think we didn't configure a router. That's why it's down.
no, that is not the concern. Maybe default gateway is done. DSCP should provide the default gateway IP address. Ten dot one dot one dot 254 255.255.255.0. Default gateway is 0.0.0.0. It is providing IP address, subnet mask, everything is perfect. But it should provide the default gateway IP address as well, guys. Let me try once again. Let me delete
If
this pool. I am
if
deleting
it,
this pool.
okay, if it doesn't provide the default gateway, it make a problem.
Yes. Without default gateway, user can communicate within network, not outside the network. Whenever these user need to communicate with outside user, they need default gateway.
That means if there's no default gateway, we don't have access to internet.
Yes, exactly.
However,
Without default gateway, or without, you can say, your main door, you can talk to your family member only. Yes or no? If
Yes.
you want to talk to your friend who belongs to different family, then you have to exit from your main door. Yes or no?
Correct. Yes.
Yes, got it.
Like that, default gateway is exit point of our of on network. So do one thing. I am going to disable this DSCP service over here
I
again.
was trying a PIPA IP address today on Packet Tracer. I got the same problem. I
Uh,
put the
APIPA IP address is also temporary IP address. So when
yeah,
DSCP
I know.
server,
No, yeah, I was trying. I put the default gateway, but it doesn't show the default gateway. It didn't give a default gateway to the vendors.
बिल्कुल yes. Now see, APIPA IP address is a temporary IP address. Whenever DSCP will get filled. See, now I have deleted the entry. Let me remove this entry also. We cannot remove. And now if I will try to get IP address from DSCP server, DSCP service, this one. Okay. Here starting IP address is, let's say, 10.1.1.5,
Fine.
and default gateway is 10.1.1.254. DNS server IP address is 10.1.1.3. Right, everything is perfect. Let me save. And now let me try. Now it should get default gateway IP address as well. We will talk about APIPA as well later. Wait. See this time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you got it. Okay.
Okay. So it
Maybe
is
because you
getting.
had.
Yeah. What was the problem here?
uh, pro-
What do you change?
sometimes the problem was with software. This is
Okay.
packet
Okay.
tracer.
Packet trace. Yeah.
Just I have did single thing. I have deleted the previous entry and I have made the same entry again.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Okay. So this time all PC will get everything from DSCP server. Right.
So, yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
Why we use two switches? Can we use one switch for server and PCs?
Yes, we can use one switch as well.
Depends on distance.
No problem. We can use single switch as well. But day by day, I am going to show you that this is in different location,
Okay.
maybe in
Yeah.
India, and you are in US or somewhere else. You have connectivity from internet. This is your data center. This is your maybe your enterprises network in different city. So
So
that
then,
time also you can take IP address from the DHCP server.
yeah. So we have like two switches, right?
Yes.
One is in India, like the server is in India, and the our network is in United States, right?
Yes.
So if we access to that server, we need to connect to router, then router connect to the other switch,
Yes,
right?
you can consider that there is huge difference between this and this. Huge
Yeah.
distance. Just
So
we
then,
have connected through one single cable, but day by day you will understand the routing. Here we have lots of router
yeah.
and all router are directly connected. This is nothing but the internet.
So then, why we connect two switch together? Why we didn't connect like two switch to the router? You know, like to connect to the router and they just.
Because now you don't know routing. Now you don't know routing, so that's why I have connect directly to switch together, so that you
Mhm.
can first understand the DNS configuration,
Okay.
DHCP configuration, right? When I will make you understand the routing, you will automatically understand, okay, that time my server was there at different location and user was at different location, and this is how we can get the IP address, and we can accept the resources.
So
L-
it's not an Ethernet cable. It should be from wireless.
it should be, it can be wire, it can be wireless, it can be anything. Don't think about here
Yes.
connectivity between
Okay.
switch 1 and switch 2. Now you have not learned this
Okay.
till now. Done. Like see, there is pm networking dot in server. You want to read something on pm networking, in your Google, in your browser, you can type www.pmnetworking.in. You can access the server, yes or no?
Yes. Correct.
Do you think that the pm networking server is directly connected with your computer?
No.
No, the server is far away from you,
Yeah.
Yes.
but still you have connected actually through internet, through network. That's why you are able to access the server. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So I have one question more.
Yeah.
Like, do can we assign IP to the switch? Like, what's the difference if you assign the IP to the switch or if you don't? What's the difference?
We can assign one IP address to this switch. We have two types of switch, layer 2 switch and layer 3 switch.
Mm-hmm.
This is layer 2 switch. Here also we can assign one IP address for the remote access only.
Mhm.
There is one management interface available on switch. One management interface. On that interface we can configure the IP address to take remote access of switch only. It is not possible to access the switches every time physically by going there physically and taking the access. So it is better than we can take the remote access of switches. So that's why we have one IP address. We have one option to configure IP address on switch. Okay.
Yeah, and we cannot assign the IP for the whole PC from the DHCP server in one time. Like we have, for example, like we have 200 PC, right?
Yes, these are client. So client know that how to get. These are non-technical guys. These guys only know that okay, I need to click there, I need to click there, I need to click there, and I need to click on
Yeah.
DSCP. I will get the IP address
No,
like that.
my question is like, for example, like I have a department, they have like 100 PC, right? And I just want
Yeah,
to assign IP for all these 100 PC from DHCP.
automatically, not
So can I do
possible.
like in one click, like to apply for all hundreds, or no? I need to do one by
No,
one.
no, no, not possible. One by one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
So see the IP address. These machine have now not only IP address. This machine have the default gateway, DNS IP address, right?
Yeah.
I am going to configure now what PM networking server. Let's say This is my PM networking server. Here I am going to use which service? HTTP service. Services and then HTTP. By default, this service is enable or disable?
Disable
Enable.
by default.
Yes. By default, this service is
Listenable,
enabled.
listenable.
Right? So now in the browser here, if I will type the IP address of pmnetworking.in, definitely I will get page of pmnetworking.in. Let me show you. This is browser. Here I am going to say IP address is 10.1.1.4. Hit enter. See, I am able to get page. This is web page of server pmnetworking.in. But can I get this page through domain name www.pmnetworking.in? Not possible.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
So,
We
but
need
it is
to-
not possible to remember the IP address, right? So that's
use
why we
DNS.
have DNS. That's why we have DNS. What we can do, we can make entry on DNS server. Whenever someone will try to access the server through domain name, they will send request to DNS server. Oh, hey, tell me the IP address. See, now I am able to access the PM networking server through IP address. Yes or no?
Yes.
Through IP address, but I am not able to access through domain name. But as you know, the remembering IP address is hard. So that's why we have DNS server. What we will do, we will go to services, and this time we are going to use which service? DNS service. By default, this service is off. Yes or no?
Yes.
I am going to turn on the service, and here I am going to say domain name www.pmnetworking.in and IP address. IP address of pmnetworking.in is 10.1.1.4. Means now whenever someone will send request for this domain name to IP address, it will provide this IP address. Add. Here is one entry. Yes or no?
Yes.
Like this, you can create the million of entry over here.
Mhm.
And
So
now, yes,
Yeah, if you have like, for example, like 50 server like PM networking, google.com or youtube.com,
yes,
do we have to like assign one by hand here or?
yes, but one by one here. One by one by here. Let's say I have one more server that is www.google.com. IP address of google.com is, let's say, 10.1.1.1. And you know DNS server have already entry for all website. I am just giving you example. Actual DNS server which ISP have, they have entry of all website.
Mhm.
Okay, got it.
There are some root server as well, 13 root server. So if your server does not have found any entry in their database, they are going to ask to their root server, and root server have entry. When actually we are creating the website www.pmnetworking.in, that time we are actually paying some amount for hosting and domain name. Yes or no? You know that?
So if I have a website, right,
Yes.
and I just create a website and people try to access to my website, right? Like for example, www.elham.com, for example, right?
Okay.
So I have to like go to DNS server and add my
First
website and
time it will go to DNS server. If DNS server will find the entry, let's say your website is come new, right? Just
Yes.
today you have designed the website, right?
Yes.
So your local DNS don't have the entry. So your local DNS is going to ask to the root server, and definitely root server will have entry
How can you access from root server? From
because you have purchased the domain name,
Uh-huh.
right? To whom you have purchased? Let's say GoDaddy. So GoDaddy already inform
Okay.
him that he is purchasing one domain name whose IP address is this one. This is the server name. So please keep the record there, like that.
Okay, I don't have to go to the DNS server or whatever. I just purchase and they will do everything for me.
Yes, yes, exactly,
Got it.
exactly.
Thank you.
As a network engineer, just you should have knowledge about the how DNS works. That's it,
Got it. Yes, I understand.
right? So now on DNS, you can see there are two entry. Like this in real time, there will be million of entry on DNS server. Got it?
Yes.
And this time, if I will type in the browser www.pmnetworking.in, what will happen? It will send a request to DNS server. Whenever you will search from the domain name, your machine will send request to DNS server. DNS server will send the IP address pmnetworking.in. See, this time it's working, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Like this, we can access the Google server as well. www.google.com. So if here we are putting the IP address of HTTP server as a google.com, as a xyz.com, so it will provide the IP address of that server. Let's say I am saying that there is one server xyz, xyz.com, whose IP address is, let's say, anything 10.1.1.2. So it will, whenever this server will get request for this, it will provide this IP address. Okay, this is how DNS works. Okay, guys.
Yes.
HTTPS.
And we can configure DHCP service on router as well. Let's say you have very less number of user, right? And you don't want to purchase a specific server for DHCP, so you can use your router as well as a DHCP server. Very simple commands are there that you need to run. As you know, to configure DHCP, we need to create the pool IP DHCP pool. After that, pool name is, let's say, CCNA, and here we can define the network, and after that, from which network you want to provide the IP address, 10.1.1.0, like that. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Then you can say what, default router, default gateway is 10.1.1.254. After that, like this. If you want to exclude any IP address, so IP DHCP exclude address 10.1.1.1, like this. Like this, we can configure DHCP service on router as well. Okay,
Yes.
Yes, got it.
guys, till now just we had discussed very basic things.
I have a question.
Yes, yes,
We configure all of this on Windows Server, right?
right.
So for better understanding and practice, um, I think it's better to practice on virtual machine, which we just download some software, but we didn't
Don't practice
configure.
much of these things, right? These are not much important, brother. Routing and switching is much important for CCNA student, right?
We don't need to config.
No, you don't need to
Yes,
config. Just basic understanding. You should have a basic understanding that what is DHCP and what is DNS.
who config the HCP?
Now,
Uh,
if you want to configure, now you can configure in packet tracer, no problem. But you know what is DHCP? So DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It is used to provide IP address to the machine dynamically, or we can say it is used to provide IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS server IP address to the machine automatically. We have four types of message in DHCP: discover, offer, request, reply. First of all, machine send discover message, then DHCP server send offer message, then again machine send a request message, and then server send acknowledgement message. That's it. Like this is more than sufficient in CCNA.
mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
You should have basic knowledge only. Basic knowledge. Now, till now we had discussed, see, MAC addressing, IP addressing, and OSI model. After that, DHCP, DNS, these application layer protocol. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now we are going to discuss the Cisco iOS. We are going to understand the Cisco iOS. How, mm, what is the behavior of Cisco iOS? How many types of memory are there, right? And like how to configure the Cisco iOS basic configuration, like host name, like IP address, like password, how to secure the router, switches. These two devices, router and switches, we are going to understand in detail. Okay, so please try to understand these two devices very carefully. Okay, guys. But before I starting, just give me break of 1 minute. Then I am starting. Okay.
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 This is quiet. Okay.
Yes.
I'm in my job area.
Oh,
You're
I'm sitting
already
in my bedroom.
you're already in server room.
Yes.
Yeah, server room is also behind me. See here.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you at work right now?
No, no, I am in bedroom. This is my bedroom.
Oh, you have server in your bedroom?
Yes. Server room, lots of computers, PCs,
IT man. It
and
means IT man.
IT man. Yes. I am actually working from home as well. My job is also work from home.
Oh, that's good. That's
So
good.
I
That's
sit
good
on
work.
this chair, around for, I think, every
Wow.
day for 15
You
hours.
don't need to, first of all, you don't need to wear formal clothes.
No,
Then you
no.
save time. You save money.
Yes.
Much better. You don't need to see some crazy people at work. Every
And
day,
this
every day.
this laptop is in front of me for 16 hour every day, for 50 to 60 16 hour.
You work
every day.
16 hours? Oh, you work
Yeah,
and
I work for
work
15
and,
hour every day.
teaching.
No, apart from my job, I am teaching. I'm doing job also for one company. Company is of Ahmedabad, of same city.
What's your position? Position
A
title?
senior network engineer. I am network security engineer, by the way, not network engineer.
So
I'm security engineer.
I hope we complete this class and then start network security.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you have chance to move to United States easily. Do you like?
Really,
Do you
Yeah.
like? Yeah, yeah, of course.
If you
I
see
don't know. I am
Amazon,
only
Amazon,
25
I work.
years
Google,
old.
Microsoft, all Indian pupils are working
You
there.
know, yeah, I work for Uber. I pick up Indian people a lot of time from Amazon building, from Microsoft building. Most of the employee are from your country, okay? And the only thing they said after 2 years working
Can, can, can you
for a
stop
company in
recording?
India, they
Oh,
moved.
sorry. See, I have one router. Let's say this is router. This router has some memory. Let me discuss one by one. Memory of router. First of all, this router have RAM. RAM stands for random access memory. Random access
Memo.
memory. And random access memory is an volatile memory. Is an volatile memory. Volatile memory means, whenever power goes down, your configuration will erase. Right? Let's say in this router, we have some content in RAM. Right? So if power of this device will goes down, automatically all configuration will erase from here, because RAM is an volatile memory. Volatile memory means your configuration will be not there if power bill goes down. This is temporary memory. And whatever configuration, right, whatever configuration like IP configuration, I have configured the IP address on one interface, that configuration will save in RAM by default. Done. To check the RAM configuration, command is show running configuration. Running configuration. So running configuration will show you the content of RAM, random access memory. The second type of memory is ROM, ROM. And ROM stands for read only memory. Read only memory. This is this is an non-volatile memory. This is a non-volatile memory, and ROM is used to store mini IOS. Mini IOS means if my main iOS will crash, or main iOS is corrupted, then router will restore mini iOS from the ROM. When power will goes down, this configuration will not erase. Third type of memory is NVRAM. NVRAM. NVRAM is a type of RAM, but it is non-volatile. NV stands for non-volatile. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So NVRAM is non-volatile memory. Whatever configuration here you will save in NVRAM, that configuration will not lost if power will goes off or down. And command to check the NVRAM configuration is show startup configuration. Startup configuration. And by default, there is nothing in startup configuration in NVRAM. But when you will save your configuration from RAM to NVRAM, then your configuration will not lost if power bill goes down. And the fourth type of memory is your flash memory. Flash. And flash is non-volatile memory, and it is used to store main iOS image. Done. main iOS image. So whenever we turn on a router, first of all, router look up flash memory to store iOS image in RAM. iOS image in RAM from the flash. Done. After that, it will look up for NVRAM configuration. Is there any configuration available in NVRAM? If yes, then it will restore that configuration also in RAM. But if that there is nothing available in NVRAM, it will directly boot the device. Getting my point, guys?
Yes.
So like this, here in Packet Tracer, if I will show you, this is my router. I have configured IP address there. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that IP address configuration will be there in the RAM. So running configuration. This command will show me the RAM configuration. See, these all configuration are stored in NVRAM. IP DHCP exclude address, this one, IP DHCP pool name, CCNA network, this one, default router, this one. These are the configuration, like IP configuration. Here you can see the IP address on fast Ethernet 0/0. These are the configuration of RAM. If I will check the startup configuration, means NVRAM. So startup configuration. So you can see a startup configuration is not present. Now there is nothing in a startup configuration. So if my device will goes off and it will come up again, my configuration will lost. So we need to save the running configuration in a startup configuration in NVRAM. Command will be copy running configuration to startup configuration. This is the command to copy running configuration into startup configuration. Yes. And now if you will run command so startup configuration, you can see the same information are there in running configuration also and in a startup configuration also. Now if your power bill goes down, this configuration will still there. Okay. Okay. And again, if you want to delete, erase startup configuration, so you can delete by running this command, erase startup configuration. Again, see, so startup configuration, there is nothing. The second command to save running configuration in a startup configuration is write. Simply you can write the configuration, right? After that, so startup configuration, you can see again in the startup configuration is available. Done.
Yes.
So a router or a switch have four types of memory: RAM, NVRAM, ROM, and flash. By default, whatever configuration we will do on router, that configuration will store in NVRAM. If we will save that configuration, then configuration will store in NVRAM. And ROM is used to store the mini IS, and flash memory is used to store the main IS. See, so flash. This is your main iOS image.
Mhm.
Sometime interviewer can ask you this question also, that iOS image stored in which format? So .bin.
.bin.
Here you can see in .bin we store the main iOS image. Okay. Now let me delete this configuration.
Just one second.
Yes.
I have a question about router. Like we can configure router in other way. If you click this one, we go to config, then we can do manually, right? Not.
In real time, you know how you will configure the router? You have two options. Either you can take remote access through telnet,
Mhm.
or this is your router in the rack. You will take one PC or laptop. You will connect your router through console cable.
Yes.
This is your console cable, console port, and like this. Like this you will connect. And then from your PC you will take access.
Yes.
You can see I have access of router. Done. in real time, this like this how we access the router.
Got it.
Okay, guys,
Yeah, got it. That's what I'm talking about.
everyone.
Yeah.
So
And,
yes, yes.
and also, if you click the router and you go to like instead of desktop, go to the config mode on top of the PC. Can you click that one? They say
First of all, you have to go in enable mode.
no. I don't want to tap it. I just want to go to like config mode upstairs. If you go up, you see you click the just desktop, right?
Yes.
So don't select desktop. Select like physical or config mode upstairs. Then they will show you like you can do by manually by you can like how you apply on DHCP server, how you assign IP in DHCP server. You can use it here also as well.
No, so
Like
for that,
here,
what
yeah.
you can do, you can install the VMware, and there you can install directly the server, Windows server.
I talk
This is
about
the packet tracer.
so I talk about router configuration.
Router
Yeah,
configuration.
click this
So
one. Yeah.
this is the first way to configure the router through like this in the rack.
Okay.
Let's say you are not available at where where router is located, then you will take remote access.
So how I did like I just did same like that, but I didn't tap any IP. I just went there and I just select IP address. I tap upstairs. Like if you click the router, I show you what you have to do.
No, just give me 1 minute, brother. Someone is on my door. 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry.
Elham, you mean config the router without command and terminal,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to learn it. Like the HCP.
Yeah. Like that.
ای چی هستی نمی ترینر کس میفهمه خوب
فارسی؟
یا نه نمی خوب بسیار چیزا میفهمه
آره.
ما باید کوشش کنیم که چیزا باز پیشش یاد بگیریم خوب
دقیقا.
Yes, brother. Actually, I am not getting your question. Can you speak again?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate your question?
So like my question was if you open we don't want to tap any command. Like how I did, I open router and I went there to the config. I click config. There is physical config. You can select there. Then just apply. Click this. Yeah, I'll show you here.
Here?
Yeah. Now see there's a physical. Now we can like assign IP. Just click IP. IPv4.
No, we don't have IP option over here in physical.
We don't have.
We don't have any option to configure IP address here.
How about like if you click config, the second one? Yeah.
Here only we can add the module on router.
So we
This
can
is the physical.
like we can do like routing between two routers from on that way, right?
Yes.
So if we can routing, then we can assign the IP. Can you click the second command like config next to physical upstairs on the top arrow?
Here?
Yeah. So here we can assign the IP.
Here we can, yes, here we can assign the IP on interface, this one.
Yeah.
Let's say here I am assigning the IP address, let's say 10.1.1.1, subnet mask is 255.255.
So in the bottom,
255.255.
in the bottom, there is same command. Like I don't want to type any command. I don't want to do any mistake. I do like on that way. Can I do instead of?
Yes, you can configure only IP address like this.
But Elham, I think it's better to use the command way because I
The
see
same
all of
thing
the.
here, you can see the bottom command. Actually, if here also you are running the IP address, na, actually you are running the command here. Interface fast ethernet 0/0 IP address is this one, like this.
So
You are running the command only.
okay. We cannot make any change like use no shutdown or whatever.
No.
Okay.
This is also a command. So go to CLI directly and here
Got it.
you can type the command, whatever command you want to run.
Understand? Got it.
Where we can find these commands in the book?
Yeah, they already sent it, Soha.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it.
I have it. We just want to make sure there is a comment. Okay.
Yeah, I checked the day before. We have all there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
This file, there is one more file now. Which file? iOS file.
Yes.
Yes, na?
Yeah.
This file. First of all, you will get access in user mode. This is user mode. This is user mode, and this mode allow you to view the state of router, but will not allow you to modify its configuration. When you are getting access of router, you will get access in user mode. In user mode only you can run few command that will show you the state of router. If you want to move in next mode, then you need to run enable command. This command, enable.
Do we
Then
have
you
this
will go
one?
in privilege mode.
We have this one.
Yes, you have this one.
That's good.
Okay. Basic configuration of router. This is for basic configuration, like how to configure the host name or these things. We will come on this file also. Wait. Now what I am discussing here. That let's say I have one router over here. Okay. I am going to configure something on this router. See, now my router is booting. Now my router is booting. Now my router had booted. Then say no always. After that you can see I have access in user mode. This is user mode. In this mode I can run very less command. Only these command I can run here. So this is important command, enable command to move in next mode. Let me run enable over here, enable. So I am in privilege mode now. In this mode, see, I can run lots of command, but these are verification command. Still we cannot configure anything in this mode. So we have next mode is configure terminal. In this mode we can configure the router. Let me configure something over here. Let me configure one password. Enable password is Cisco 123. I have configured the password Cisco 123. Let me configure the host name is, let's say, CCNA.
So the host
now
name,
you
is
can
it important to configure host name? So I just want to
Yes.
configure only password. Do you have to?
Host name is very important. Host name is name of your router.
Okay.
Host name is very important.
So
right?
if I want to enable only password, do you have to do all the configuration from top to the bottom, or no? Just go to enable password and
You have enabled the password, enable password Cisco 123, and see what will happen now. Anyone can take access of your router, yes or no? Because there is no any password configure on console port.
okay.
There is no password configure on console port. So to
think-
secure the
I
router,
think this thing's coming next.
yes.
Okay.
To secure your router, you have to configure password on each line port. How many options you have to take access this router? You can access this router through console cable. Yes or no?
Yes.
You can take access this router through remote access like telnet, SSH,
Yes.
right? So you need to secure all the line first, means line console 0, line VTY. After that, enable password so that no one can move from user mode to enable mode.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, so till now we had configured only one password, that is enable password. But see, password is not asking. Whenever someone is logging to this router, anyone can click on it and can log in your router. So it is better to configure. See, now it is asking for password. Password is Cisco 123. Cisco 123. What was the password?
It was 6 1 2 3, I think.
Yes. Okay. Now I have access in privilege mode. Go to global config mode and configure one password on line console 0. Line console 0.
So they already
And
ask you for the password in the first whenever try to go to the enable mode, they ask you for the password.
yes, because we have configured the enable password.
Okay.
But now you can see if someone will log into my router, they will ask for password. Because now I am going to configure line console 0 password. Cisco 123 and say line console 0 and login. Now you can see, now no one can access to your router. First it will ask for password. Password is Cisco
Oh, no.
123. Now you are in user mode. You will type enable. Again it will ask you for password. Cisco 123. Now you are in privilege mode. Getting my point,
Yes,
guys?
yes, I understand.
Yes.
And host name of this device is CCNA. Let's say I want to take backup of this configuration on any server. So what we can do, we can take one server over here. One server. App connected. Both server. Let me configure the IP address on both device. Config T interface F0/0 no set and IP address is, let's say, 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. I have configured the IP address on router. Right now I am going to configure one IP address on server as well, desktop IP, and here IP address is 10.1.1.2 255.255.255.0. Done. I have configured the IP address on both router. And now here by default go to services and see which service. TFTP. This service is enabled, yes or no?
Yes.
This service is by default enabled. So this is TFTP server. Now I want to take backup of my configuration over here on this server. So simply I need to run one command. I need to run one command, that is copy my running configuration to
Start.
TFTP server. And after that it is asking for TFTP IP address. So IP address of TFTP server is 10.1.1.2 and it is asking for the file name. So by default file name is CCNA config. Okay, leave it for default. And it is saving. Writing the configuration. You can see it have saved the configuration. 663 byte configuration on the server. Now if you want to verify on server, also you can see there is one file ccna config. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is how we can take backup of my configuration. Now there is all the configuration in running configuration. If I will reload the device, my all configuration will lost. Yes or no? Because this configuration is stored in NVRAM. Now you can see name of your router is what?
CCNA.
CCNA, not CCNA router, because your configuration have lost, right?
Yes.
Your configuration is on the server, on the TFTP server. So you can copy your, restore your configuration from TFTP to router. But for that you have to configure the IP address on router interface. NOSUT IP address 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. I have configured the IP address on router. My configuration, in the configuration, host name is CCNA. So let me copy my configuration. Copy TFTP to running. And it is asking for the address of TFTP server, that is 10.1.1.2. And then it is asking for file name. File name is CCNA-config. Destination file name is anything. See, it is trying to copy the configuration. Error. File name is not CCNA. Let me check the file name again. CCNA, and it's not config, it's confg. Okay. Again, I am going to say copy TFTP to running configuration, means copy configuration from TFTP to running configuration. Destination IP address is 10.1.1.2. Source file name. Source file name is, let's say, CCNA config. Destination file name is anything. See, it have copy how many data? 663 byte data. And now your host name is what?
CCNA.
CCNA. Because your configuration is restored from server to router.
Got it.
Okay, and now you can save this configuration in a startup configuration. So copy running configuration to startup configuration. So your configuration is saved in. Now NVRAM, if power will goes down, if you will reload the device, your configuration will not lost. See. It is asking for password. Password is Cisco 123. See, host name is still what? CCNA. So guys, please practical perform these things by yourself in Packet Tracer after the class. Okay.
Okay.
Try to configure the IP address. Try to configure the password. And you know, you have one file, this file. So try to run these command like host name. This is how to configure host name on router. Basic configuration.
Could you please send
How
us
to
this
set
file as well?
banner. Yes.
Can you send it to me?
Okay, I am sending it again. Yeah, I have sent you again.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and tomorrow we will continue from here only. You know, these are the point first we need to discuss, then we will move to routing.
Okay.
So please practice these things by yourself in Packet Tracer, brother.
Okay.
Okay, whatever things we had discussed till now, you should practice these things, then only we can understand the routing in detail.
Okay.
Because I want to discuss routing in detail. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then that's all for today. We will meet again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Okay. Have a
Yeah.
good
Bye
day.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Bye bye.